What does consistent with running actually look like for you? Because if you spend any time in the running space online, you'll see a very clear narrative that consistency means showing up 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. No excuses, no breaks, push through no matter how you feel. Because you need to be consistent. This morning I was chatting with a friend about consistency, not even running related, but it hit me how much this word gets misunderstood because yes, consistency matters, but what if the version you've been trying to live up to isn't built for your life, your body, your health, or your reality? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Your Running Coach with GMacSpurr, the show where we explore the mindset challenges every runner faces and how to turn them into breakthroughs. I'm Gillian, a running mindset coach, and today we're unpacking a big one, consistency. But not the version you've been sold. We're going to talk about what consistency actually means, why the all or nothing version is holding so many runners back, and how to redefine it in a way that supports you, not burns you out. Consistency has become this gold standard in running, and on the surface it does make sense. You don't improve without showing up regularly. You don't build endurance, strength, speed, confidence, trust without repetition. But somewhere along the way, consistency got distorted. It became rigid, unforgiving, unrealistic. But for a lot of runners, being consistent now feels like never missing a session, always executing your plan perfectly, ignoring fatigue, stress, or life circumstances, pushing through no matter what. And if you can't do that, well, you feel like you're failing, that you're not good enough, that it's easier for other runners. That gold standard version of consistency only works for a very small group of runners in a very specific season of life. If you're navigating a health challenge, an injury, a busy job, family responsibilities, or even just fluctuating energy levels, your weeks are not going to look the same, and they're not supposed to. This is where I see so many runners get stuck. They aim for a version of consistency that doesn't fit their life. Then when the inevitable can't be maintained, they fall into inconsistency altogether. It becomes this cycle of, I can't keep up, I've failed, what's the point, or I'll start again next week. And sprinkle in an element of judgment, maybe even some shame, and that's what you're then carrying on into that next week. So let's redefine it. Consistency is not about doing the same thing every week. Consistency is about staying connected to your identity as a runner, even when your output changes. It's about returning, not perfection. Think about this. A runner who does 5 runs one week, then 2 the next because they're exhausted, but still shows up for those 2 with intention. Is that inconsistent? Or is that someone adapting? Another example, maybe someone training through a health challenge might have 1 week of 4 runs, 1 week of 1 run, 1 week of none. But they're still thinking like a runner, still prioritising recovery, still planning their return, and recognising they're restarting and celebrating that restart. That's what gets the gold star. That's still consistency. Because consistency isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional too. There's a concept in psychology called flexible consistency. The idea that long-term progress comes from being adaptable, not rigid. And in endurance sport, that is everything. Because the runner who lasts, the one who builds a lifelong relationship with running, aren't the ones who never miss a session. They're the ones who know how to come back. Let me give you a couple of real-world examples. Example 1 is the all-or-nothing runner, the one that plans 5 runs a week, misses 1, feels behind, misses another, then writes off the whole week. Their mindset, if I can't do it perfectly, it doesn't count. Example number 2 is the adaptable runner, also plans 5 runs a week. Life gets busy, energy dips, they adjust to 3 runs. They don't spiral, they don't quit, they focus on what they can do. Their mindset is, I'm still showing up. Who do you think builds more long-term consistency? The second runner, every time, because consistency isn't built in perfect weeks. It's built in imperfect weeks. This is where identity comes in. If your identity as a runner is tied to how many runs you complete, then every single missed session feels like a mark against you, against your identity. But if your identity is, I'm someone who returns to running no matter what, everything shifts. You stop asking, did I do enough this week? And start asking, how do I stay consistent to running this week? That might look like a shorter run, a walk instead of a run, resting intentionally, or even just planning your next session. That's still alignment and consistency. Each episode I give you some journal prompts to dive a little bit deeper into the topic we are discussing. So go grab your pen and paper or your journal or the notes app on your phone. Ready? Question number 1. What does being consistent currently mean to me? And where did that definition come from? Question number 2. When I miss a run, what story do I tell myself? Question 3. What would a more flexible, supportive version of consistency look like in my life right now? Question 4. In the past month, how have I shown up for running, even in small ways? And the final question, what kind of runner do I want to be long term and what mindset will support that? I encourage you to take your time with answering these. There will be a lot of insight in your answers. Don't overthink them. Just write whatever comes up. And if this episode resonated and you're starting to see that maybe the way you've been approaching consistency isn't actually working for you, you're not alone. And you don't have to figure this out on your own either. If you're ready to redefine your relationship with running, build a stronger mindset, and step into a version of consistency that actually fits your life, I'd love to support you. You can use the link below to book a call with me and we'll chat about whether my signature program, the Runner Identity Project, is the right fit for you. Being consistent shouldn't feel like pressure. It should feel like something you come back to again and again. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Happy running. Bye for now.